All right. Welcome back again. We're on a roll today. Anne felt really important, and I completely agree with you, to explain when we decide to execute on our vision, and literally when Anne and I decided that we were going to build this business together, Anne brought some information to me and said, do you still want to do this? This is what's happened in my life. And so what Anne's going to give you is a short process of what she had to go through to break through a massive barrier, or could have been a massive barrier if we allowed it. Over to you, Anne.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with an aggressive and rare breast tumor, and the outlook was not in my favor. And going through this process has taught me so much, because it enabled me to put into practice everything that Shane and I teach as well. So whenever you are on this journey of doing the inner work or raising your soul or your vibration, you will come up against roadblocks along the way. Now you get to choose when you have the roadblock. You can either crumble and go off and deal with it in this way, or you can see what the deeper meaning is in it and then work with that so that you get the growth that you need and you're able to keep moving forward and have progression in your soul's journey, and also making that impact as well.
Just to clarify though, Anne, you didn't only do the inner spiritual work, the soul work, you went maximum on medical advice and so on.
100%.
Yeah.
Being a master healer, like, I had the choice whether I just work on myself and deal with what's going on, or whether I go down the Western medicine path as well. And I have never said that you shouldn't have Western medicine to help you. It's absolutely fantastic. But we can have the alternative as well, because they really work so well together. In fact, they work so well together that a result that all of the specialists I got, when it came back that it was 100% gone, they was absolutely blown away, because they was not expecting that result at all. And it allowed me to understand at a much deeper level what it's like for your body to go through chemotherapy intensely for 6 months. Like, my chemo sessions were just under 6 hours every week. They told me all of the side effects that was going to happen to me, and I said, no, that's not going to happen. And I was so fortunate I was able to not have the side effects and still be able to continue doing videos and things with Shane, and still working together.
I mean, literally, we hadn't started working with our first client when you brought that information to me, and did not miss a beat last year. Every meeting we had with clients, private clients and group clients, and was in those sessions and adding value from her gift. So it didn't detract Anne for one moment. There were periods where you weren't feeling the most energetic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because when you're going through that, the body has to go through what it needs to go through. But if I hadn't kept my mind on track and been positive, had faith, trust, and the courage to keep going, I would have crumbled. And so it really taught me how important our mind is when we have a challenge come up, and how to stay focused on what the end result is, and to keep moving towards that, no matter what's going on. Like, I was so calm going through this experience. My family and things, not so much. But I was able to teach them what I was doing for myself as well, to keep them on track with me, so that we're all in the same frame of mind as we're moving towards the end result that I wanted. So yeah, I had intense chemotherapy. I had 6 months of immunotherapy. I had 25 sessions of daily radiation. I had an operation to remove the dead cells and some lymph nodes. So Western medicine was absolutely fantastic, because I couldn't have done it just through working and healing myself. It was at a stage where it was so severe that take immediate action with no thing. And this is what it took me a little while to understand. Like, being a master healer, why didn't I feel what was going on in my body? Why didn't I know that I was going to be hit with a 10-ton lorry that was going to just come and try and knock me off course? And it's because if I'd have been given the signs previously and it not to have been such a big shock, I wouldn't have been able to have practiced what I needed to.
What you're teaching.
Yes.
So what I've gleaned out of what I've experienced, being in business with Anne, that was dealing with such a major life event, an extreme life event, that you can still build your capacity within you. And Anne's decision was, I have to learn what I'm experiencing so I can teach it.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it gives me goosebumps to think about the magnitude, and the identity is she sees herself as a businesswoman. She sees herself as a master healer. And so when she was given that, she always said through the whole of last year that there was a reason why I have to go through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. When we have the life lessons that come to us, there's always something to learn. There's always an experience that we need to go through to be able to go to our next level. And when we can remember that and stay focused on that, it becomes just part of the journey. And I was very, very fortunate that everything that I did and how focused I stayed gave me an absolutely amazing result.
Yeah,
So,
amazing result. So
yeah.
it's miraculous when we talk about being able to step into the level of miracles.
Yeah.
This is to me what would classify as a miracle in comparison to months before being diagnosed with what you did.
Yeah.
Or what was diagnosed.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what the specialist said. Like, they don't see this happen ever. Like, it was such a rare and aggressive cancer that there's only 3% of women who actually get that. And I had to stay so focused and not pay attention to things like that at the time, and all of the chaos that was going on around me to be able to get the result that I wanted. And that's what it takes in business as well, because you're going to get people who are telling you, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, or why don't you do this, and you need to go and do this, or all of this information can just keep bombarding you and becoming overwhelmed. But what it really does is keeps you off track until you find you're on the right path, and then you keep going forward.
So what you're saying is that
easier.
What was really important for you is connect in with yourself first, then all the Western medicine strategy came second.
Yes.
Same with business.
Yes.
Connect with yourself first, all strategy comes second.
Yeah.
Build capacity first, then the business grows.
Yeah, definitely, because we need outside things to help us and to keep us on track, but we have to stay true to ourselves.
Yeah.
And we have to know that what our vision is, what our intention is so in alignment with what we want that nothing is going to push us off.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been able to do with Keep Changing Lanes. We know what path we're on. We know that we're here to really help people in business elevate their consciousness.
Yeah.
And
execute on their vision.
Yeah.
Methodically, just keep going.
Yeah. Small steps.
The roadblock.
Yeah. And that's the thing, when we're moving on that path to make a difference in people's lives, in our own lives, the roadblocks are going to come.
Yeah.
They will come, and they will keep coming.
I remember what you said, Anne. Why the bleep did this happen now? We were sitting on a park bench when you told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just part of the process. It's just part of the journey. And it's not like the universe is testing us, but really they are testing us. They're seeing who has got the courage to keep going.
Oh, my word. That's so powerful.
Who has got that inner strength, really, that no matter what comes up, no matter what they come up against, they're going to keep going.
A conviction.
Yeah.
Unwavering, relentless.
Yes.
I freaking love it. Thank you, Anne.
Yeah, you're welcome. And if this video has triggered anyone, or you have any questions about health or anything like that, then reach out to us, because we can obviously help you with that as well. Because it's traumatic if you're going through anything like that, if you don't know how to deal with it. So Shane and I are both here for you, and we're on this journey with you.
Thank you.